We read books to improve our life, but what if I told you most people don't actually learn anything from books that they read? Instead, they have fallen into a trap of ineffective reading. Answer these questions, then you will know, are you falling into this trap as well? Can you clearly explain just one key concept from the last 5 books that you read? And most importantly, how has that knowledge has improved your life? If you struggle to answer that, you are not alone. I loved reading. I used to make this mistake too. Sometimes when I'm reading a book, I would take a picture, post on Instagram and showing people that yeah, I'm reading this book, and then someone would reply me, oh my god, is it good? What is it about? And then this is me. Like, I'm not sure what to answer because I don't even recall what I've read. Or have you ever read any book review and they said how this book has changed their life, how this book has improved their life? You've read it before, but nothing has changed in your life. This is one of the examples when I was reading The Atomic Habits. Most people say that it is changing their life, but after I read it, nothing has changed because I don't even remember what was it about. So if you have fallen into this ineffective reading trap, don't worry, because today I'm going to review 5 reading habits that will make you fall into this trap, and I will also provide you the solutions on how you can save yourself from this trap and actually learning something from books and improve your life. The first habit, read books that is recommended by booktubers, influencers, or celebrities. Not all, of course. I think there is one common problem that people have is they think the book recommended by those booktubers, influencers, and celebrities are automatically a right book for them. Because it is very easy to think this book has changed their life, so it must change mine too. No doubts that could be a really good book. But the point is, don't blindly follow the recommendations without considering, do you really need this in your life? Is this book gonna solve the problem in your current life right now? I think this is very similar to those beauty product reviews. So let's say you've got combined skin, which means your skin area in here is dry and in the middle part is oily. And then there is an influencer with a very sensitive dry skin recommend you to try a foundation. They said it is amazing. So you went to Sephora, get that foundation, you tried it on yourself, and you think that, oh my god, that's really bad. You know that it doesn't suit you. That's because you just have different skin type. I think this analogy worked for the book as well. Just because a book was life-changing for someone, it doesn't mean that it can work the same magic on you. I understand that sometimes when you heard about all those books recommendation, it looks very tempting because I used to fall into this trap as well. Seems like that's what you desire. But actually, there are so many steps between the current you and to what you have desired. You may need that book one day, but not currently. I will give you my personal experience to explain this situation. I was thinking of starting my own business before. One day I was watching a YouTuber to recommend a book named Offer by Alex Hormozi. I'm not sure if this is pronounced in this way. It actually sounds perfectly what I need, and also Alex is a very successful entrepreneur, so I think this is a great book for me. And I think the book's in here. Yeah. This is the book. This is a book about how to make an irresistible offer so that people will buy your products. I bought it, I read it, and undoubtedly this is a very great book if you already understand who is your target audience, if you already know that what kind of products you are going to sell. And at that time, I just felt like there's something missing between me and the one that who actually need this book, because I haven't really established what I exactly want to sell. I haven't established my clear target customer profile. Right now, I've read it. I understand this is a very good book, but it is saved in my bookshelf. I hope that one day I can really apply the knowledge in it. So yeah, I've actually got a few business books. I've read it, but I haven't applied anything into my life because it is just not suitable at my current stage. So maybe you read a book about investment because a lot of people would like to earn a passive income with investment. However, if you haven't learned how to manage your personal finance, like how much percentage should go to your every single day necessity, how much percentage should go to your savings, how much percentage should go to investment, I don't think it is a wise decision to learn about investment without learning how to manage your personal finance first. So I really think that you need to know if the books are suitable for your current stage in your life. The solution would be really have a thought of what you truly need at this moment. Even though after you have watched all of the book review, you need to think about it. Are they going to suitable in your life right now? I know how people recommend books. It is so tempting. I understand it. But yeah, just spend more time to think about it, or even go to the bookshop, flip a few pages to see if that's vibe with you. And the next habit is you will only move to the next book after you have finished one. This is not the tip about if you don't like the book, just drop it. Although I think this is so true, but I also think that a lot of people are already aware of this, so I'm not going to mention in this video. This is a tip about it is okay to allow yourself pause a book. If you need more time to process the information, if you need more time to just do the exercise within the books. I think a lot of people are trying to rush the learning process without truly let the information sink. People are trying to finish the book as soon as possible so that they can move to the next one. But there are a lot of self-help books require you to complete this exercise of this chapter before you move to the next. So a common problem is they will tell themselves they will do it later, but at the end they never go back and complete the exercise. Remember, your goal to read a book is to learn something and to apply into your life to improve your life, not a number games. You will not fully understand the insights if you haven't finished the current exercise. I've actually had multiple times having this feeling. So I was recently reading a book called The YouTube Formula, and there are step-by-step process about how to grow a YouTube channel within this book. So for example, like how to establish your target audience, how to make clickable thumbnails, titles, how to analyze your competitors, etc. And then later on will be how to scale up collaborations with others, how to build your community. So I've reached a chapter about building community, and I realized something that I wasn't ready for this step yet. I still have so much things that I think I need to solidify first before moving to the next point. Because if you juggle a lot of things at the same time, you will not improve in one aspect greatly. So I've stopped reading this book. I will continue reading it once I feel like I am ready for that stage. So for you, the solution, it can be stop reading when necessary. Let the information sink in, complete the exercise first, and apply what you have learned before moving on to the next chapter. Reading should be about growth. It is not about speed. Take your time, absorb the lesson. Don't try to rush through the process just for the sake of finishing it. This brings me to the next habit. The third habit is you just read one book at a time. Or you think we should not read multiple books. I think it is very good to read multiple books at one time. I get it. There are tips about focus on one thing then move to the another. If not, it will hurt your attention span. I'm not completely against with this. Reading multiple books actually helped me learn much faster and helped me improve my life significantly. I think there are two reasons for me to read multiple books at a time. The first is there are multiple areas in my life need improvements, and the second is we have different mood throughout the day, so I would like to read different books throughout the day. I think I can hear some objections right now. I understand that if we would like to significantly improve one skill, we should focus on one thing. Like, I shouldn't focus on improving my writing skills, communication skills, video editing skills. I should not aim for improving everything at once. And I completely agree on this. But I think that in our life, there will be main focus. Like, my main focus is my channel. And there will be side focus. I think it's so weird to call side focus. I'm not sure what to call. So like, you won't do the same thing 24/7 just because it is your main goal. You will do different things in your life as well. I spent most time reading books that can help me to grow YouTube channel, and this is something that I'm actively achieving it. But I also enjoy reading spiritual books. Spiritual development is one of my goals in my life, but it is not my priority right now, because reading these books, I found that it helped me understand myself more, stay calm and maintain a bright mindset for me to work on both my full-time job and also my side hustle. So if you can see behind my bookshelf, I've got different areas. These are the areas that is about productivity, time management, goal settings, and these are the area. There are two layers. This is spiritual books. All of them is spiritual books, manifestations, mindset books. And the books under here, I don't know how to categorize, so I've just put it in here. I'm not sure if you are like this as well. I was also a person think that I need to finish a book before jumping to the next one. But I always have the urge to read different types of books throughout the day. For example, in my morning or afternoon, I got a go attitude that I would like to read books that is so practical, that can help me improve my life, that can help me improve my career. But at night, after after shower, I just want to read some books that is very relaxing, like spiritual books. That is good for my mental health, that is good for my mindset, etc. I've actually been suppressing myself for so long about the concept of reading multiple books, but one day I'm just thinking, why do I have to set those rules? Because why not try it? You won't lose anything by trying it. So I've just tried and I fall in love reading multiple books at a time. I think you may be quite surprised of what I'm currently reading. So I'm currently reading the YouTube formula that I've mentioned, and I've paused it right now. I'm also reading this book. This is called Lockout Button. It is a Chinese book and it is about spiritual awakening. And I'm also reading this one. This is a translated book. The author is from Japan. I think Japan is very good about their productivity, time management, stuff like that. And yeah, this is a book about how to build habits. For ebook, because I also like reading ebooks when I'm commuting. Currently, I'm reading Self-Help. It is also a book about self-healing and YouTube secrets. It is about YouTube as well. And Want, submitted by Anonymous. It is a book I read for entertainment. Yeah, I really love to read multiple books. When I was doing research about this topic, I read a Reddit comment and I think it perfectly makes sense for the current situations. That person said he used to think reading multiple books is weird, but then they realized we all watch multiple TV shows at a time. I think it's very true. If you ever felt the urge of reading multiple books but held back because you thought it is weird or it was wrong, just try it, because if you don't like it, you can always go back to reading one book at a time. But if that's work for you, you may find yourself learning more, staying engaged, and enjoy reading so much more. Comes to the fourth habit, it is chasing quantity over quality. This is a tip that a lot of people have mentioned, and I think it is so important, but I've got different perspective on it, so I would like to bring it out again. Have you ever been reading a book and suddenly felt like you've seen this concept before? Many self-help books tend to repeat the same core concept. So if they are all discussing about the same topic, why do we have to read all of them? I used to think that when you read more books, you gain more knowledge, then you will become smarter. But over the time, I realized that a lot of concepts from books are just mix and match. The authors learn from various concepts, mix and match into their life, adding some of their personal insights, creativity, and then they write a book. So if you take time to dive deep into just few books, you understand the core concept, then you mix and match on your own that can truly fit your current lifestyle. Because the most important thing of reading books and learning is you can apply it into your life. So you don't have to read hundreds of books to improve your life significantly. You just have to read a few, mix and match, add some creativity and personal insights. I'm not against reading multiple books on similar topics or on the same topics, because learning from different perspectives can actually be very valuable, and sometimes an idea may have to be explained in a certain way, then you will click. For example, I've read Ikigai, Working Hardly, Hardly Work, Working Hard, Hardly Working, Deep Work. They've also mentioned something called flow states, and there's a book called Flow, which dedicates the whole book about this concept. But here's the issues. A lot of people did not fully understand one book before they move to next. So if you haven't learned a concept deeply, reading multiple books on similar topics won't help. You are just like keep encountering the same idea without absorbing them. So I think knowing the basic, understand the concept deeply is like level 1, and level 2 is reading from different perspectives. If you haven't deeply understand about level 1, then I don't think reading from different perspectives can greatly help your life or inspiring you in a different way. So if you have learned deeply about the level 1, about the concept, reading multiple books not only inspire you to think differently, but it will also reinforcing the idea. You may also have another objections about successful people read hundreds of books a year. The main point is they don't just read, they take notes and apply in their life. They have already read a lot of books to a point that they know how to read effectively. One thing I would like to mention is I usually drop my notes in Notion template, and after each book there will be a section of checklists, a list that I write everything that I would like to apply into my life, and then I will review it, I will try to implement it, and if I implement it, I will give myself a tick. You can try something like that as well to track your progress, to see if you are really applying what you have learned into your real life. Comes to the last habit, it is you just read one time for a book. I think a book is packed with so much wisdom. It is packed with decades, years of experience of an author. It is packed with research. It is packed with their blood and sweat, a lot of things. I think it is not very possible for you to absorb everything by just one read. A book essentially is a fast pass to the knowledge and experience of the author, but just because you have read it, it doesn't mean that you have fully absorbed, understand, and applied everything inside. Maybe think in this way, when you take an exam, you have to read your textbook. You will not just read once and close your book. You will have to revisit the concept again, revisit some of the chapters again. The same logic applies to books because they are books as well. So if you think that that book is packed with value and there are some concepts that you would like to understand deeper, you should read one more time, second time, third time. I love reading books about manifestations, and there is one concept that they have always mentioned is quantum jumping. Before I would understand as pretending, like fake it until you make it. Pretend to be a different versions of yourself in order to manifest your desires. But as I gain more experience, I revisit the books and then I understand that it is not about pretending. It is about becoming. It is about understand that you already have that potential within yourself. You just have to become it instead of pretending. So this made me realize books don't change, but you will change. When you revisit a book, you are reading with new experience, new perspective, and deeper understanding, which allows you to unlock new insights that simply you weren't ready to understand it when you read it for the first time. So if you find a great book, I would highly recommend you to revisit it second time or even third time. I have personally revisited the deep work, Ikigai, and also this one as well. Each time I read this book, I discover something new, especially those spiritual books. They are really unlocking you to a deeper levels about understanding life. So instead of constantly searching for new books to read, try to revisit some of your books. And yeah, maybe let me know in the comment what books are you going to revisit after watching this video. I hope you guys love this video, and I'm so happy that you guys watched until here, and I will see you in the next video.